Aloha, this is Geralyn St. Joseph. I'm here right now to do a little bit of fun. I have these soul coaching cards, which I really like. They're an oracle deck. And we're just going to play a little bit to see what Spirit wants to tell us today. Don't worry about what day I actually pulled the cards because this will hit you at different times. So if you're seeing this video and it perked your interest, that means today is your day for whatever the card is. Even though this is a general reading, you should use your own timing to figure out when you need it and what it means to you. Okay? So again, we're using Soul Coaching Oracle cards, What Your Soul Wants You to Know, by Denise Linn. I love these cards. A friend of mine had them and she used them for me a couple of times. It got me interested in them. So then I ended up purchasing my own deck. Okay, so let's start. That is very nice. So we have the Radiance card, and it says, I am a radiant reflection of God's light. So the way you read oracle cards, you can just go by what it says, then you go into the book and you could read what the book says. But because I am a psychic intuitive reader, I take what's here and I utilize it in a different way. So we're looking at this card, and when we look at the picture there, basically what that's showing me is troubled waters beneath a lighthouse, and the light in the lighthouse is a heart. So Spirit is saying that even though things are difficult right now, you can be that light in the darkness. You can be the way shower. Right now, you need to really delve deep into your heart and look at what's around you with compassion. Compassion is the most important component here because compassion will help you understand other people's motivations. It will also help you not to judge, because when we put judgment on other people, even when we put judgment on ourselves, there's no more communication after that. We stop listening. Spirit is saying you need to open your ears and open your heart so that you can hear what is actually being said and you can ascertain what is actually happening, as opposed to what you're placing on it or what someone else is placing on it. I look at this card and I look at the troubled waters beneath. It's very sharp, shocking, sharp waves that are hitting the lighthouse. And what that is telling me is that you need to have integrity and really stand in your truth. That doesn't mean you force your truth on other people. What that means is that you speak your truth. So if someone is around you and they're saying things that you know are not correct or are not factual, or possibly they're very judgmental, and you want to get your point across, you want to stand in your intuition and your integrity and not just follow the crowd. So you want to not get caught up in that mob mentality. You want to be very aware of it when it's there, and you want to be the lighthouse pointing in the other direction. You may not know this, but people as a whole will follow authority. In every group, there tends to be natural leaders. Now, that might not be the person who's supposed to be the leader. You'll see who the leader is when there's some kind of an emergency or something happening, and that leader comes into the space, everybody looks to them. And they might be the janitor, they could be a child at times, or it might be someone older or someone you least expect. It's their energetic that makes them the leader. There's something about them that draws people to them. So you could use this in a positive way or a negative way. Energy itself is neither negative or positive. Energy itself is always neutral. It's how we perceive it and how we use it that makes it either negative or positive. So if you are the natural leader and this card is telling you that you have that capability, what you want to do is really go inside, sit with it, and see what you're being guided to do using compassion and your heart and your empathy to help pull you forward and make those decisions. It's not about money. It's about people. It's about energy. So you want to make decisions based on your highest good and the highest good of those around you, those who are going to follow you. As an example of this, there have been times when I've been in a situation where there's a lot going on, and I'm going to give something very like everyday kind of a thing. So I'm not much of a drinker. I'm not really into alcohol, never have been. You know, I'm not against it, but I'm not a drinker. So I was going out with a gentleman up in New York City, and he was preparing for a race. So we were going to this party, a kegger. I don't know if you still call it that or anything, but we go to this party. He and I walk in, and everybody's got their drinks, and they have all these kegs, and everybody's got beer, and they have mixed drinks and all these things. And we walk in, and neither one of us are going to drink any alcohol because we just don't feel like it. Well, once we walked in and they asked us what we wanted to drink, and I said I just wanted a regular iced tea, not a Manhattan or a Long Island iced tea. And my friend was like, he was going to have either an iced tea, a lemonade, like a regular lemonade, or water is what he preferred. It was amazing how many people at that party followed suit because they didn't really want to drink either. But for whatever reason, they didn't want to say that they didn't want to drink. They didn't want to say that they were not comfortable with it. So they waited until a natural leader entered. And once that person broke the barrier, then it was okay for everybody else to say that they didn't really want to drink. We got in a lot of trouble at that party because there was a lot of liquor that did not get consumed. But there were a lot of people who drove home safely and who enjoyed themselves more because they didn't feel pressured to drink. Keeping that in mind as you move through life, when you feel pulled in a certain direction, especially when it's more towards health and more towards like following your integrity, do that. 9 out of 10 times, there will be people around you who are relieved that somebody broke the ice and went in that direction, because there's always people on both sides of the fence. And if all the pressure is for everybody to go in this direction, and you know in your heart that this direction is the healthier way to go in the direction that you need to. So that is radiance. Show your radiance. You weren't given gifts to hide them under a bushel basket, okay? This is Geralyn St. Joseph. That was your card for today. And again, we were reading from Soul Coaching Oracle Cards by Denise Linn. Mahalo, and have a blessed day.